Hello, this is Minister Jacqueline again. Um, I would like to ask that, you bear with me as we are doing these videos and realize that I'm using a very small platform that I have, a very tiny platform, in order to make my voice heard and in order to try to right wrongs that I see on a daily basis. So if you're looking for fancy editing and a flashy name and a well-known person, I mean, I'm just me, and I'm just trying to get my voice out to say, to speak about our African American community, speak about injustice, speak about how we can um, stop oppressing one another as an African American people. People ask, why is there so much crime in the African American community? Because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught to oppress one another. We've been taught oppression. you know um, I mean, you cannot just undo what has been done. You cannot undo slavery. You cannot say, well, slavery didn't have anything to do with what's going on. Yes, it does. Slavery is what began this process of injustice that we're on right now. So when you go back and look at slavery and how we were oppressed, oppressed, held down, prevented from doing anything, and now, there's still obstacles in our way. Our young African American men are being branded with felonies. They're being held down, they're being oppressed, they're being put in jail a lot of times for crimes they didn't commit. I'm not going to say that everybody in there is innocent. No, I'm not going to say that. But we do know that innocent people are put in jail all the time. We do know that there are other ways that we can reform our criminal system without holding down a race of people. Every time you see when one of these African American men are shot or killed by the police, the first thing they want to say, well, he had a felony. So then does that give the police officer the right to be judge and jury and executioner? Is that okay just because he had a felony? What were the extenuating circumstances where he had the felony? What were the circumstances that were in his community that prevented him from coming out of high school and going on to college and becoming like his white colleague? I watched on CNN, just like everybody else, the young African American get arrested by the police, but the white reporter was allowed to proceed on. We deal with these injustices every day, and then people say, well, why, why are you so angry? You the mad black woman. If that's what you want to call me, if I'm angry, if I seem angry or hostile to you, it's because I am. How can you watch these images on a daily basis of your people being targeted, of your people being killed and murdered, and then at the same time you're seeing in your communities how the community is oppressing one another with drugs and gang violence and the murders of the young children and the innocent lives that are being caught up in the crossfire? How do you not be angry at a cycle of violence that's continued to allowed to continue to perpetrate in the community? How do you not be angry at that, at the people who continue to deny, including our own United States Attorney General, deny that this is any racism is going on in the first place? How can he actually sit there and say that? Because he really isn't an attorney general. He's a lawyer who auditioned for the job for Donald Trump to do Donald Trump's work. So no, he is supposed to say that there is no racism, there is no systematic injustices done to the African American community, because he is supposed to say that right now. We are at a divide in this country, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not even gonna necessarily say that Donald Trump is racist, but Donald Trump is using that platform right now to get where he needs to go, and he wants to use that 30 or 40% when really he is really messing his own self up. Because if he would come out, I mean, really, and he has. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw him say the police officer choked. He was wrong when he shot the man in the back. I've seen him make statements that the media does not get on and say that he has said. Well, he did condemn it. He did say this. He did say that. But at the same time, he may not be ideal. He has you know children, a lot of children by 3 different wives. You know, he's got shady business dealings. You know, he filed for bankruptcy. He's not the normal, perfect, ideal president. He's controversial. You know, he does a lot of controversial things. Something he says may not come out the way that people think it should come out. But as far as Donald Trump is concerned, now I do know that the Republican Party is not what it used to be. I know that. And the Republican Party is the party that fought to free the slaves. But it's not what it used to be. We're seeing a lot of different, and I know these senators who do these different things to try to get Donald Trump, you know, get attention. They do little antics, you know, and Donald Trump's not going to control what these senators do, the little silly stuff they do. As far as but you see that they did come out with the intel report that there was collusion with Russia. So, you know, I mean, the obvious is not being denied that there was collusion with Russia. Donald Trump owes Russia a lot of money, and so Putin is trying to teach Donald Trump how to overthrow the government, and through a system of deleting the checks and balances, he is just about there. Whether he does or not, I don't even care, because what I care about is our African American community and how our people are going to rise from oppression and stop being oppressed. That's what matters to me. I want a democracy that works for all the people. I want a constitution that represents all the people. You know, I want justice for all. You know, I don't want it's really my video.